Good evening everybody and welcome along to Inside Line Racing. This is ILR3 on the Xbox side and we're already on the closing end of the season. We are round number 9 and we head to the flyaways. The first lot is the Japanese Grand Prix in Suzuka. Not quite wet like it was last night, really dry, which is a relief for the drivers. And the championship is hotting up, in particularly with Sam and steerage. More about that in a minute. But I am Jess, your commentator. Joining me, as per usual, every week, is Jack. Hello, Jack.
Hello. Is everything all right? I'm seeing yellows in Sector 3, so clearly not. I feel like Kimsey goes far, as he is a new driver for this week. He's on the mediums as well, so that was a great time from the Haas driver. Maybe we'll see new winner this race?
Yeah, we haven't seen much new winners in a while. I think the only winners we've had is Hamilton, Steerage, Smasher Sam, and quite a few other people new podium sitters as well. So it'll be nice to have a different one, but the last time I said who was going to win, they bottled it, so I'm not going to say anything more. So if you're wondering why Hamilton has retired, he's got a quali ban from one of his incidents last week, which got sent to the stewards, and then he got a quali ban for it, so he'll be starting at the back of the grid today. But that means he's on the Supercharge Award, which in the running for the Supercharge Award, which he's probably most likely going to get. So almost a full lobby, 18 drivers and 10 drivers set a lap time at the moment, and we've got quite a few people set their lap times on the mediums to start with to get a feel of the track, and Kimsey, like we said, is faster than Smasher Sam, 28,000 slower than him, so I can probably tell that we're going to see more people catching up to Sam and Steerage as qualifying.
Yeah, I would have thought. Rampage still on the grass. I think he might be getting out of the way. Yeah, he is. Well, if he went on the grass, so he's not going to do another set on those tyres unless he wants to do a couple of laps trying to get all the dirt off. By that time, it'll be 2-1. He wouldn't be able to improve. But I would have expected most people to have done quali laps on soft tyres and do a soft to medium strategy. I don't think we'll see many people go soft to super soft like we did in Italy because, well, wear's just a lot higher here and we've got the same compounds. So soft to medium is probably going to be the optimum strategy, and if you do start on the super softs or use super softs at any point, it'll probably be 2 super soft sets and then a soft set, or either way. I just want to say the delay in the stream is completely and utterly my fault, so yeah.
Yeah, that is why, and I didn't want to start without him, because obviously I had to invite him to the game, so yeah, sorry about that, but we are live anyway, and we've got 6 minutes remaining of qualifying. And the championship is really holding up between Series and Sam, like I said earlier. I think it's either 15-point gap or 22-point gap in the championship so far. Steerage is closing up to Sam, and Steerage is on pole at the moment with a 1:28.3 on the mediums, which is a pretty good lap time for him. So Steerage is got a lot of wins this season. I do believe Sam got the win last week, so it's basically he's lost his winning streak for now. But he's looking quite strong in Canada. I was going to say I don't know why I say Canada, because Canada's a real life Grand Prix.
Well,
Japan.
FP1, FP2 is going on at the moment, so yeah, that's probably why.
That's probably why. And I was watching it when I got home. I was watching FP1 when I got home. But anyway, Steerage, if he gets wins in the last few races, that would really help him in his championship fight as well. And we've seen every race pretty much the last few races, especially the last one, Sam and Steerage, pretty much battling for the win.
Oh, Callum G.
Oh, wow, on the soft.
On the soft tyre.
And he's retired.
But he's retired. He doesn't want to go any further. He's thought, I'm not going to improve on these tyres. I don't really want to set a lap on the mediums because I'm not going to improve on those either. And I don't want to set a lap on the super softs because that will give me a disadvantage in the race. So he hasn't really seen any points carry on. That's probably why he retired. He's about 5/10 up on steerage. Probably could have got a tiny bit faster, maybe a 10th or 2. But that's still a really good lap from Callum G. I'm seeing, I think, Edited Fawn is on a lap at the moment. And rain is incoming any second now. So that's probably why people are starting to retire. They don't think they're going to fit another lap in. I will be able to do a lot of track analysis because this is my favourite track on the calendar, and I think a lot of people will agree with me on that. This is a very heavily drivers-based track. It just flows so well.
And it is very good on the wheel as well. I've spoken to a few drivers from, I think, both PS4 and Xbox, and most people on the wheel absolutely love it due to the fact that it's flowing and they can get so much control in the car, but not as good on a pad. And it is one of my favourite tracks as well. Someone's gone into the gravel, didn't quite see who it was.
Yeah, that was Freyhard Wiz. He saw, I think that was AOR Edisfawn, and Edisfawn didn't complete his lap. He aborted. I don't think he was improving anyway. I don't think that was a result of Freyhard Wiz getting in the way. Freyhard Wiz saw him right at the last minute. I think he spooked him a bit, and he took to the gravel to get out of the way of the Red Bull, which was the only place he really could have gone if he didn't want to completely block him. But yeah, it was a bit borderline, but I don't think it disadvantaged any driver in the long run. So, oh, Blazer Guns!
Oh, what happens with Blazer Guns? He's in 12.
He was going through Dunlop and he just completely lost the rear. He hit the wall on the inside and then span back round into the gravel trap on the outside. I think that'll probably be the end of his session. He's not moving out the gravel trap in any hurry. He might want to, because that's going to cause yellow flags to everyone else, and that's not going to advantage anybody. But yeah, it's quite easy. You don't want to hit that curb too hard on the outside. That's probably what caused it. And also probably a bit because of running a high rear ballast, which a lot of people will be running here, because you want to have that speed down the long straights, but you don't want to have a high wing because that'll disadvantage you on the long straights. But then again, you want a high wing because there's a fast flowing corners, and you can sort of counteract that by giving yourself a high ballast, but that can really upset the balance of a car sometimes. And I think that is what put Blazer Guns in the wall. He is the sole Ferrari today, and that's not what Ferrari would have wanted.
So he's out of qualifying, so he can't really do much better, but obviously since Hamilton got the quali ban, he was starting ahead of him anyway, so he won't be too disappointed. I don't know how it's going to work with people retiring who is going to be finishing ahead, but
it's raining.
It's going to be epic. Yes, I do see some rain in the midst at the moment, so if they haven't got a lap in, Joker, Bibbin, Jack, they're probably going to retire right now, and it looks like it could stay as it is.
Could have a McLaren front row at the moment.
We haven't seen that in ILR in such a long time, and in real life as well. Street Gamer.
This is 2012.
Nowhere. This is 2012. I don't know, because 2012 was one of the best F1 seasons. I got to admit, where it was so close pretty much the whole season. And 1 minute the McLaren will be on top
very
of the
close.
structures.
Street Gamer improved, even though it is raining. He really, I think a lot of the time he lost. He had to completely come out the throttle as he came over the small bump they have out of. Is it Casino Triangle? Is what the chicane is called? I think it's Casio Triangle. It was why Casino? I don't know why I thought it was called the Casino Triangle. Oh, Street Gamer getting in the way.
And Street Gamer, that's not going to help steerage in any matter. And the Renault's been forced to move out.
He's not going to be able to set another lap now.
No.
I don't think there's much point either.
He could get a feel for the track, but he's already got a lap in fourth, so he's not going to be that bad. But Sam's teammate Ninja Nuke's in third, so I wonder if Ninja Nuke will play the wingman game.
Come Smasher Sam. Oh, Smasher Sam's in P7, so he's going to have a bit of work to do. Steerage is in P4, so he's got a bit more of an advantage. FLA Kimsey, on his very first qualifying session in ILR3, P6 in the Haas. Does a great job above his teammate Freyhard Wiz, who's been here for quite a long time.
Yeah.
ILR Jason down in P14, not a great qualifying for him, but it is a very wheel-orientated track, so hopefully he can make that up in a race as he usually does. He normally does quite a few great overtakes from what we see. I mean, if we look at his overtake into the first chicane at Monza last race, probably the move of the race in my opinion, but yeah. Ninja Nuke P3, so great from him as well. It's quite a premature end to that session, to be honest.
Yeah, and I think that's what it is really. If it's rain inbound towards the end, their main focus is to get their laps in right at the end really. And steerage is still going, but he's probably going to go. Yeah, he's going to go into the pits because you can't really retire on track because otherwise you will get an instant quali ban. The stewards are really hot on that this season, so I think that's what stewards is going to do, which he is. I think Sam's going to do the same as well. So. It's not going to change. So your pole is Callum G with Street Gamer in second, Ninja Nuke in third. It's the first time in a while where we haven't seen either a Mercedes or a Force India or Jason on pole position. These are the ones that get pole, usually either the Force India's Jason or the Mercedes. So very very intriguing end, but an interesting race as well, as Sam is going to try and get to the pits quickly. And I've just been informed it is a dry race as well. A bit overcast though, but it is a dry race. So one stop strategy today.
I would have thought with the rain we've had at the end, I would have thought Jason, he's out of fuel. No one else is on track. If he retired on track, he's not going to impede anyone. He's just going to speed things up a bit. So I wouldn't have thought. But from what we've seen from happening to others who retiring on track, I wouldn't want to risk it. But still, I wouldn't have thought retiring on track would have done anything bad. It was, yeah. But I would have thought people would have been starting the race with a tiny bit more wear on their tyres, just because of the damp track. People would have been skidding about a lot more, particularly in the slower corners. You can notice it a bit more as we see Jason. Even in low fuel mode, you can see how much less grip that he's got. And he comes to the pits now. The session finishes with the McLaren front row.
That is probably the shock of ILR3. The rain does definitely turn up on his head in all tears, to be honest. And Jason goes into the pits, and yep, he's retired. And we're about to get the standard for qualifying. You know that already, but we're just going to go through that anyway. I wonder when the front lot are going to get the jump, because they're starting lower down the field, whereas the ones you don't usually expect are at the top. Will they be under pressure from the likes of Steerage, Hamilton, Jason, Sam, or will they take advantage of it? Callum G got his first podium, I believe, in, I think, I'm just trying to learn.
Germany?
Germany, yes, it was Germany. The standings haven't been updated in Italy, so we haven't got up-to-date standings at the moment, but Steerage was already, Sam was already able to extend his lead in the championship already. So we got Callum G, Street Gamer, Ninja Nuke, Steerage, Edited Fawn, Kimsey, Sam, Jack, Freyhard, Peanut, Rampage, AJH, Joker, Jason, Epic, Laser Guns, Bibbin, and not setting a lap time due to a quali ban is Hamilton. And Bibbin did not set a lap time either. It's going to be tough for him to make it through this race, I think, because it is quite hard to overtake around here, but if you get the overtake right, it is really spectacular.
Well, this is probably one of the riskiest turn ones of the season, because everyone's got to brake, decelerate, and turn all at the same time, because it's technically two turns. You've got a shallow right dip in, and then you've got to really decelerate in between the two to get it in for the second part, which a lot of incidents have happened over the years. I think one of the most notable ones was Romain Grosjean and Mark Webber. I think it was in 2012 as well, where we really started to notice how bad Grosjean was in his first season in terms of how much he just crashed into people. But I'm expecting an incident. I'm not too sure who it's going to be, but I will. If you stupid not to think there's going to be an incident into turn 1 and 2.
It is a very tricky entry into turn 1, because you've got it's a really tight set of corners, and yet you've got the S section as well. So yeah, was a race I did commentate on Japan, I think a few weeks ago, where they all made it clean into turn 1. I don't know how they did it. It was the first race I've seen in that. But all the other races I've seen, it has been some sort of incident somewhere. But last night there was an incident into turn 1, but it was a very minor shunt. It wasn't a massive one, an old god moment, to be honest. It was just someone losing a bit of their front wing. They had to go into the pits, but it didn't really cost them any much position in the race. So yeah, so it could vary, to be honest with you, but let's just look at the tyres as well. Everybody is on the softs or the mediums, no one on the supers. So that just goes to show supers don't last very long here, and you want to be on the medium of tyres, which is the softs, ideally, if you're in the top 10. But I'm quite surprised there are a few people on the medium. Steerage always going for the alternate strategy, but he always makes it work, so I'm not really that surprised about him being on the alternate strategy. We got Kimsey, Sam, Freyhard, Jason, AJH on the mediums, everybody else on the softs. In particular, the top 3 as well. So the top 3 are going to get an initial getaway, I think. But when it gets towards halfway of the race, the medium runners such as Steerage and Kimsey, they could get the edge. But I wonder how Kimsey's going to do here on his first ILR race. Will he take it easy, or will he try to gain position in the first lap? Because it's not over in turn 1, lap 1. So hopefully he will learn that. I do believe he's raced before, so he should be alright with that. But as
but he's got P6. in his first race, so clearly he's raced before. I'm just going to sit here chuffed that I got my tyre prediction of no one starting on super softs correct. But anyway, let's do this.
I never get tyre predictions right. That's why I don't see any tyre predictions. And I'm not going to say any race predictions either, because I always fail at them. So
Only 2 disqualifications on the formation lap. That's a good omen.
But that's the usual suspects usually. It's not the ones what you weren't expecting. Epics and Blazer Guns usually get disqualified from the formation lap pretty much almost every ILR3 race this season. But it doesn't really matter, to be honest with you. Can Callum G get the better launch? Can he get his best result of the season? We'll have to find out. As we can see, the last driver did make his way into the grid. The 5 lights are about to come on. Both McLarens on the front row. The first time that's ever happened. We are underway, and Rampage got drive-through penalty due to a jump start. It looks like it's a pretty even start for the 2 McLaren boys, but looks like, I'm just trying to see, Street Gamer got a very good getaway there. But look at Steerage, he's gained a few positions already, and I can see, someone almost went wide a little bit into turn 1, but wow, looks like I don't see that any major chance. Yes, I do. And that was from AJH, who's just spun it into the first part of the S section there. But apart from that, everyone else making their way cleanly already, which is good to see. Street Gamer still behind his teammate and getting a good start as well. Hamilton, wow, Hamilton's
start of dreams for Hamilton.
He's getting to 10th, so I think a lot of people behind him, or in front of him, has got huge mistakes, and I think I can see the Williams drivers, they're struggling. Well, I think struggling a little bit as Jason's trying to overtake Epics into, I can't remember what corner it is, I'll need to get the chat map in a minute, as Epics I think gets the move done on him, but he doesn't quite do it. Sam, I think, is gaining a good start as well. He's gained 1 position, he just overtook Jack in the Renault as well, so that's good for him. So
Callum back in front of Street Gamer.
Yeah.
He's quite a long way in front as well, so Street Gamer's going to have to look out from Steerage. He's on the harder tyres. Steerage is not taking any prisoners. So I think we're going to see how much practice he's actually done. We've only actually had 1 casualty from the opening lap, and that was ABH, who spun it coming through the S section. Callum, yeah, he retired. I think he just thought there wasn't really a chance. But yeah, it's just some people give up really easily on F1 games. I mean, yesterday I had a league race around Singapore. I did 6 stops, still finished P9. So you never really want to give up on this. Anything can still happen. Street Gamer got a really great start initially, because he also had the inside line going into turn 1. So I don't think McLaren's gave each other space, worked as a team. You don't want to be hitting each other, especially teammates. So I think they're just going to, if they work together, they could actually have a chance of getting maybe even a double podium, which is going to be a great result. McLaren maybe going to crawl their way up the standings, maybe a possibility of a P3. Who's that lagging all over the place? Editor 4. I think that might have just been my end. Smasher Sam having a look. Ninja Nuke really didn't get a great start. I'm not too sure what happened, if somebody shoved him up into turn 1 or what, but RLT Hamilton maybe looking at WR Peanut and Ninja Nuke in a sec. Peanut and Ninja Nuke are dueling at it in the minute. I don't think there's going to be a move into Spoon Curve unless somebody wants to do a Vettel and just spin it completely. Hamilton up the inside of Peanut. Is he going to make the move stick? He should be able to out-drag him down the straight. He's got a light fuel load compared to Peanut, I think. And yeah, he does make quick work of him. I think Peanut thought there was much point in fighting. Mercedes is much quicker car at the moment, it looks like. Hamilton on the soft tyre, so the Mercedes are on alternative strategy. So one of them is on the winning strategy, but it's just a question of which one.
And the first Mercedes award of the day then goes to Hamilton. He's gained 9 positions and he's got the Supercharge award, so well done to him. But to be honest, at the beginning of this race, we were almost certain we knew who was going to get the Supercharge award.
Oh, Street Gamer, you want to keep that in check, son. That was very close. He went through the grass going through one of the S's. He kept it on the track, props to him, and got a massive bit of understeer going into one of the right-handers. He managed to keep it in front of Steerage as well, but I wouldn't be surprised if he does fall behind Steerage. That was a big cut from Steerage. I wouldn't be surprised if he got a warning from that. The Degner's very tricky corners. I think it was from Marcus Ericsson bin it there a couple of years ago. We saw Kvyat bin it into the hairpin a few years ago. That was a barrel roll, so we may see a big crash, because we have seen big crashes in the past here, but it's just a question of who's going to do it.
Yep, race so far, but Freyhard just had a little off into the start of sector 2, so he's dropped down to 15th. Other massive gainers, Jason, Epic, 3 places, Bibbin, 4 places, Laser Guns gained 2 as well. Kimsey had also a good start, he's up to 4th. So his ILR race is going from good to great at the moment. And he could be catching up to Steerage anytime soon if Steerage makes a mistake. But Steerage is, there's contact from Street Gamer and Steerage. That's going to allow Kimsey to catch up and Edited Fawn as well.
Oh no. Kimsey tried to send it up the inside of the second bit of the chicane before Steerage, and he backed out of it because Steerage was still trying to attack the McLaren. They both backed out of each move, but as a result of Kimsey getting really compromised in the exit of Casio Triangle, got it right that time, he actually let the Red Bull of Edited Fawn pass. So Edited Fawn having a great race at the moment. He's behind Steerage. I don't think he's in any mood to have a go at him. It's just a question if Steerage got any minor wing damage from that contact with Street Gamer. To be honest, I think that was more Steerage's fault than Street Gamer's. He came from miles back, and Street Gamer just really wasn't expecting it. And they didn't really give each other any room. That sort of resulted in a half spin for Street Gamer. That's just going to give Callum G an even bigger lead.
Kimsey's dropped to 9th then. So I think he's had a little bit of issue as well. Because Rears are looking a bit worse for wear, I think, by the looks of things. But looks like he's alright. I think he might have
Street Gamer
in the incident earlier on as well. Street Gamer getting a time penalty. Rampage retired from the session. So all these signs see incidents already in the opening part of the Grand Prix. And Callum, he is dominating this race so far out of nowhere. And I asked the question earlier on, will one of the McLarens be in pressure?
Street Gamer's gone onto the AstroTurf. Is this going to be a bit of a copy-paste incident with Kimmy and Max last year? No, it's not. Steerage slips into the slipstream of Street Gamer, gets the DRS. Street Gamer protects the inside line. Is he going to do a Kimi Räikkönen from 2005? I think he is. He goes right around the outside, but they make contact. Steerage has got into a spin. He's going to have to recover from. He's fallen down behind FLA Kimsey. Jason is going to be behind him soon. Street Gamer. I don't think, again, that wasn't really. They're just not giving each other any room. And that's why if you both just go for it, go side by side, just out of the blue, bit of racing, that's normally go okay. They're sort of trying to second guess each other to what they're going to do, and that's when accidents can happen. So, again, I think that's more of a racing incident than anything. Not really. Street Gamer trying to go up the inside of Fawn, but has another half spin. ILRT Hamilton probably going to got to P4 in a minute, but he goes onto the grass. That was just a bit of, I don't know what that was. That was a bit of being unaware down into Spoon. He put both his left tyres into the grass. Street Gamer's he's not got any rear grip on that McLaren. Ninja Nuke is going to be past him as well. I would have thought, because of the nature of Japan, because I know ILRT Hamilton that was his second quali ban, I would have thought it would have been harder to make up positions from the other race that he had won, but no, he's actually, because of the nature of Japan, but he's actually making up more positions than in his other race he had to start from the back. So great racing from Hamilton so far. Ninja Nuke goes deep now. People aren't very confident on the brakes at all in this race. They're either braking far too early. Street Gamer and Ninja Nuke.
Oh my word! What?
Street Gamer not giving any room to Ninja Nuke. Ninja Nuke is out. So's WR Peanut. They're just making up those positions that he made. Fawn's gone wide as well. People are crashing all over the place at the moment. Steerage is going to be looking all over the back of that Red Bull. Is he going to be able to do a move up through the S's? I don't think so. That was a big crash. Down on the start-finish straight. It's taken out with Street Gamer, Ninja Nuke, and WR Peanut. So, big incident.
Oh my word! So this is turning to be a lap 1 here due to the instance that they've had, because lap 1 was the cleanest I've seen in a while, but the other laps have been like this utter carnage. So these drivers need to be very careful, because otherwise penalties can come their way. The stewards are going to be very busy tonight, as they were last week. I think we were the only tier to have any instance last week. I think we might be the same this week as well, which will be unfortunate. So I think drivers are just overestimating it a little bit and thinking they can make a move, but unfortunately it couldn't quite stick. And that puts Hamilton into P2. 16 places gained, and to be honest, starting at the back, I think has helped him. And I think some races, if you start at the back, that works well. Because I saw someone that started at the back a few weeks ago in the Japanese race, and they finished P2 in the race. So could we see a repeat of that from Hamilton? At the moment,
I'm not too
like
sure.
Can.
Yeah, I'm not too sure where, because he fell down to about 7th after he dipped 2 wheels onto the grass going into Spoon. And within half a lap after that, he's gone back up to P2. Unbelievable, because of that big incident between Street Game and Ninja Nuke and Peanut. Unbelievable scenes, because he actually managed to get past Smasher Sam and Kimsey again as well. So Steerage still on the back of Fawn. Fawn had a bit of a half spin after that incident into turn 1. Jack Art's now retired from the race in sector 3. I don't know if has he had an incident with Blazer Guns, because Blazer Guns is going very slowly as well. We're almost down to 11 runners and not even a third of the way through the race yet.
This is crazy. They need to get their act together, to be honest, because literally this is turning out. This reminds me of the first few races of ILR3 last season, where it's just utter chaos. But it will be, I'm sure, definitely be investigated after the race. Probably a few days later, the chief steward is away until about Monday, so it probably won't be investigated till then. And Blazer Guns, ooh, he lost a bit at the back end in the S section, and he is struggling a little bit. I won't be surprised if he has a punch on the rear left. I don't think he has. I think he's all right, but I think Steerage is on the recovery now.
He's looking at Edited Fawn. He's not going to make the same mistake that he made with Street Gamer. I think Street Gamer, just that incident he had going down into the start-finish straight, he didn't leave Ninja Nuke any room at all, and that just resulted in both of them going into each other. And then, just commentate on Edited Fawn and Steerage. Edited Fawn actually just sweeps back around the outside of Steerage. I think Steerage has lost a lot of that overtaking confidence after all those incidents with the McLaren earlier. Smasher Sam also looking all over the back of FLA Kimsey, who's actually in a podium position in his very first race in ILR, so great work from him in the Haas.
Then able start in about lap 4 and 5, where he dropped a few positions, but because of the incidents everyone else had, he was able to gain back, and so is Steerage as well. So Kimsey, I think, learning his lesson, staying out of trouble, and that is where he is. And he's potentially going to have another battle with Sam if Sam throws it up to him. So yeah, Callum having a dream start, and if Callum goes into the pits in the next probably lap 12 or 13 or something, I don't know when it's going to be, he could potentially make this cut work. But we've seen a lot of people in some races they pitted later and it worked for them. So we don't know. We'll find out in due course as well. Jason's gained 10 positions as well. He's on the pad as well. He's got a dream. And he's been trying to stay out of trouble as much as he could as well.
Or Steerage. Don't look there. That would have been a very ambitious move to side by side into 130R on this game. But you don't want to get the side pod of death. Oh, he's just got a 5-second stop go from cutting Casio triangles. Then it's performed pits. That was harsh, game.
That was probably really, really harsh.
Jason on the back of him is now as well. I think he actually lifted off there. I don't think he wanted to go for a move. Jason's not got very much battery, so he's going to have to do a bit of harvesting. Sam isn't actually having a go at Kimsey yet. I would have thought he would have had a go down into turn 1, but I don't think Kimsey's got that straight line advantage at the moment, I think. He's got a low drag setup on.
Yeah, it looks like it. As Kimsey's already pulling away. We're seeing a dramatic change to the podium already, and the order as well. And to be honest, due to that 5-second penalty for Steerage, he'll have to serve it, I think, in his pit stop, which will go away anyway. Now Blazer
down to 11.
Out. Oh my God, this is getting crazy right now. But this is a reminder of what happened at Spain as well, where there were so many incidents. But I don't think it was worse than Spain. I think Spain already tops that one right now. We're on lap 9 of 27 still, and Bibbin's gained 9 positions as well. He was second last as well, so another big gainer as well. And he didn't get caught up in much instances as well. So another dream start from Bibbin too, as he's going through spin. He's got some clean air in front of him, so he could save his tyres. And I won't be surprised if he's on lean fuel as well. So yeah, good start from him.
I think a lot of the incidents this race is because of that shake-up we've had with the rain. Steerage on set the fastest lap on a really relatively old set of mediums. That's a great lap from him. He's probably going to start having a go at Smasher Sam anytime soon. If you're right on the gearbox of FLA Kimsey after the main straight. I think most of the incidents has come from a lot of the faster guys have started at the back, and they've been wanting to get through the field as fast as possible. And that's led them to doing a lot of risky moves throughout the field. So, particularly Street Gamer, who I think was losing a lot of grip. I think he might have just been overheating his tyres far too much in an effort to try and get past or get back past a few people after mistakes he made with steerage. But yeah, I think we've found what reason why we've had a lot of incidents.
Yeah, the rain, like I said, does shake things up. I wasn't expecting it to shake it up much in the race, but I think it's due to the fact that their mindset, and it could be the setup as well. There might be some people that has gone for kind of a mediumish setup, a bit of the dry and a bit of the wet as well, because of the rain towards the end. So it might be the setups might be wrong for some of these drivers, I don't know. But Smasher Sam is already gaining to Kimsey towards 130R, but Kimsey is definitely going to try his best to hold him off. So good work from that. And I think Hamilton's already gained a second off Callum already. I think they're on similar tyres, I believe. Let's just go back to tyres. Yes, they are. And obviously Kimsey will stay out a bit longer as well. So that could work out good for Kimsey. Sam is going to get the outside line as Kimsey covers very nicely indeed going into turn one. Hopefully not much contact as Sam decides to back out of it a little bit. No, he doesn't.
Oh,
They're bagging wheels a little bit, but they're keeping it clean, which is what matters. And I think Sam gets P3.
great move from Sam.
So luckily, turn one and turn two moves, not instances like we've seen in a few laps ago, loads of laps ago. And Sam and Kimsey learning from their mistakes, and Sam making good work there. And Sam's on the memes as well, so that's going to help him. So he could be an early favourite. I wouldn't be surprised he could be an early favourite. I don't know. As the pit window, I think, between laps 12 to about 16, 17 for the softs, laps 16 to about 20 for the mediums, I think. I can't really remember, but I don't think anyone's going to go on the super softs unless probably Joker maybe.
They have an incident.
Could be Joker maybe who might get fastest lap or something, but I don't think anyone will go for supers at this rate due to so many incidents. Basically, you have more of a chance of getting points in this race than you don't have all the finishers, to be honest. All we need to see is probably one non-finisher, and that'll be it. Hopefully we won't see that. As Kimsey's still catching up to Sam, so Kimsey on similar pace as, yeah, Sam's falling away now, so he's making light work of him. So I wonder, pit stops, I wonder how it's going to work for Callum and Hamilton. The only other person on the soft tyres out of the top 11 is Bibbin as well, so we haven't seen that much people going into the pitch yet. We won't see that many.
I would have thought for soft tyres they would pit this lap or next lap. 12 laps and 15 laps sounds about right. 12 and 30. Actually, no. 12 and 30. Wait, I'm confused myself. 12 and 15 or 13 and 14. 13 and 14 seems a bit too samey for different compounds, so I would have thought this lap would have been the best one. Maybe even last lap, but Kim's actually catching back up to Smasher Sam. So maybe we'll see that battle continue. Steerage is starting to catch up to Kimsey as well. So Steerage has got the best pace out of these three at the moment. Jason's still behind Steerage. I think Jason's eased off for the moment. So he's doing pretty well as well. He's up 8 places. Steerage is down 1. Epix is up places, Bibbin up 9 places. So great races from them so far. Making the most and capitalising off of all those incidents we've had. But by far, the best, I think, driver of the day so far has to go to Hamilton. I mean, up 16 places, 12 laps in. Great effort.
And the good news, Jack, you've got your prediction well and truly right as Callum G goes into the pits to go on to a 7 medium by the looks of it. Yes, it is. So he's going to be the first one to pit, and will any of the other soft runners respond to that probably pretty soon. So that will wake the other guys up. They'll be like, right, Callum's pitted, what can I do? Will I stay out for a couple more laps, or will I will I go to pit after Callum? I don't know. I think you could wait a couple more laps and possibly try and get ahead of him, but it depends how far ahead they are, and it depends on the pit stops. I worked out from last night. I wasn't racing last night, so I was busy, but I was commentating last night. A pit stop around Japan's around about 23, 24 seconds-ish. So let me look at the gap to leader. He's about 16 seconds, so he didn't have that much of a good pit stop then. So Hamilton could get the undercut or overcut or whatever it's called on Callum maybe. It's usually very powerful around here, and it could be powerful towards him. So no, I'm not going to say anything. Sam is about 2 seconds.
Yeah, for Hamilton it would be the overcut. For Hamilton it would be the overcut because he's pitted later than Callum G. But Callum G's got a decent pace at the moment on mediums. I haven't been looking at his sector times, but I think he's catching up to Epics pretty quickly. So he's got a pretty decent pace. Hamilton's carrying on though. He's going to have a longer stint on the softs, or is he going to go on to super softs at the end and maybe pit lap 17, 18? Because they don't seem that worn, if I'm honest.
Let me just go on board with Hamilton. I did a practice stint on Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. I managed to get my soft tyres to around about lap 16, 17. So it is doable, but don't forget the platforms are different. So I race on a PS4, but Hamilton could do it. He's got clean air in front of him, so he might be on lean fuel mixture and conserving his tyres. He doesn't seem to be that fast on pace at the moment, but he is gaining when he needs to, and he's also saving when he needs to. So yeah, he could stretch it out a little bit. We'll just have to find out. But he's not saving fuel. I thought he was. He's not saving on fuel, as his yellow light is flashing on his dash.
Yeah. Hang on a minute, I'm on mute mic.
Yeah, so he's
sorry.
That is absolutely fine. So Hamilton, he's been pushing, but he doesn't really want to push that much. Interesting enough, he's on 5 ERS at the moment, so I'm guessing what happened. Yeah, you might be right, Jack. Hamilton is trying to close the gap.
No, he's coming in. He's coming in. So he is going to go on mediums. Going on super softs now would be a very long stint, an almost impossible stint. And such as Sam comes in at the same time to go on soft tyres. So it's actually debatable which one is quicker, which compound's quicker at the moment, because Sam wasn't exactly closing on Hamilton, but yeah, Callum G has jumped him, and by quite a long way as well. So yeah, and the reason I had a bit of a reaction a minute ago is because Sam had a bit of a tank slapper going in the spoon curve, and I thought he was going to go wide, but managed to catch it, so good save from him.
Yeah, so it must have been Hamilton was probably got held up maybe in the pit stop, probably that's why Callum got quite ahead of him or something like that, but there is quite a long run to his pit box, so that's probably why. It does depend where you are in the pit box anyway, your team, so I don't know, but Callum is miles ahead of him already, but I think, to be honest, no matter what happens, Hamilton will be in a bittersweet mood. Hamilton will be happy that he's managing to gain so many positions, but he'll be pretty disappointed about how his teammate's going to go, as that I believe the constructors will probably be wrapped up anyway, but the driver's still in hand, and he's got a lot of making up to do, I think, these last 2 races. Pretty much, I think Sturridge has to win.
Kimsey's in. Oh, that's not good.
Kimsey's got a 5-second stop go. Jason is also pitting as well. I think Kimsey will probably go ahead. We'll have to find out.
Kimsey, that'll be 5 seconds added to his race time, because he didn't stop an extra 5 seconds in the pit lane. Callum G goes past.
Oh yeah,
how far ahead?
I just realised, if Sturridge didn't have that stop go, Sturridge would have jumped Callum. Because of that stop go, that was why Sturridge...
Oh, he's behind Jason as well.
That was why Sturridge...
Behind both Red Bulls.
Wow. So Sturridge really advanced in the pit stop. If it wasn't for that stop
I'm just sort of trying to figure out how far ahead. So, okay, so it's 7 seconds between the McLaren and the Mercedes at the front. They're both on the same compound, so it's just a question of how quickly each other's pace, how strong each other's pace is. But from what we saw in, I think it was Germany, Adam G and ILRT Hamilton both have very similar pace, so I'm not expecting that gap to come down that quickly. Because for one, Callum G has more battery and more fuel than ILRT Hamilton, so RT Hamilton's going to have to do something pretty special to get past. And another thing I've just noticed, Sam's right there.
Yeah, going through 130R as well, as Sam's absolutely smashing it on those softs. Let me just get the tyres up very quickly. But don't
Going
forget,
to the outside line. He's blocked him off very well on the Mercedes, but that straight line speed that the Force India just exhibited, I don't think he's going to have much of a chance going down the main straight. Hamilton goes right over to the pit wall, so he can definitely have that inside line, but Smasher Sam does get past on the straight, as I thought would happen.
yeah, so the mediums to soft strategy is working out a dream for Smasher Sam, and he's going to definitely pull away, I think, almost certainly, because of the better grip and the fresh rubber. But will they start to die towards the end? I don't know. But they do last about, well, Hamilton, it's proved that the softs can last very long. I think Sam will prove it the other way around, I think. So, will Smasher Sam do all he can to try and catch up to Callum G? It is doable, and that will be a very interesting end to the race if he's able to do it. I hope we'll see a last lap battle from these two. So, to be honest, for my hope, I hope that these two guys could catch up with him, as Jason, able to pass his teammate, might be being a bit of team orders or something like that. No, it's not. There's a thought to go over the outside.
Wait, what?
As,
I think Steerage must have put an absolute move on the two Red Bulls. I didn't even realise this happened.
I didn't even notice either.
Steerage is miles up the road now. What the hell happened there?
And he's on the softs, don't forget. So his race is not over yet, but Kim's on the softs as well, and on newer rubber. So I think Steerage is going to find it really tough catching it up to Kimsey. We'll find out soon enough.
Kimsey's going to be having a go at Hamilton soon as well. He's not going to be able to pass him into turn one now, but Hamilton's not liking. We've seen that it's sort of a trend with Hamilton. He's not been very confident on the hardest compound. No matter what the hardest compound is, he's not been very confident on it, just period. So he's going to have to really start to heat those up if he wants to stay ahead of the Haas. The Haas could have his first podium in his very first race. He might not even have a Mercedes on the podium at all.
Yeah, and that'll be a first to see, because every race we've seen at least one Mercedes in the podium in this season in ILR3. So if we don't see a Mercedes on the podium, that will be a pretty utter shock, really, to be honest. And I think everyone will pretty much be in shock as well. But it just goes to show Kimsey doing very well representing ILR3 in his first ever race, and he's keeping it clean as well. And it just goes to show, never give up in ILR. Like we said earlier with Jack doing 6 pit stops, he's still finishing P9. That's what Kimsey is doing. He's not letting his earlier instance go to him. And he's
Here he comes, around the outside of 130R. That'd be brave.
He's going to be close, look at them. Going for the Casio triangle, bit of a lock-up almost from Hamilton. Hamilton covers off Kimsey by looks of things, goes to the start finish straight. Could be another looking towards turn one. It looks like Kimsey could get the inside line, maybe into turn one. Yes, he does. Kimsey smashes that and he overtakes Hamilton. So Kimsey
That was a
on the podium
carbon copy move.
From Smasher Sam by looks of things. But can Hamilton close up to him? Probably not. And look at Smasher Sam already. He's already pulled away from Hamilton and Kimsey, and he's 4 seconds already closing up to Callum. So, oh my God, I'm so excited for the end of this race if this turns out to be that.
Callum's going to have to look out.
And Sam will have to look out as well if Kimsey can catch up to him as well. So, you know, and you can see Kimsey closing up. So, this is going to be intense. Who are you rooting for in chat? Who do you want to win? Let us know in the stream chat, or let us know your predictions as well. It could be interesting. And we could see another battle between the Red Bulls as well. Steerage, I don't think he could catch up to his team. I don't know. We could see Team Orders potentially go if Steerage is able to catch up, because don't forget Steerage has got a championship to win. Hamilton, I believe, is out of the championship fight. You never know. So, and yeah, Hamilton is losing time onto Kimsey. So, I think the winning strategy could be mediums to soft here.
Yeah, I think Mercedes still have advantage in the constructors by quite a long way, though. So I think Mercedes are going to walk over the constructors, but at the and I don't think they're going to have Smash Sam's going to have any advantage at the moment either, because Mercedes is going to walk away with 22 points. He's going to only walk away with 15 because Ninja Nuke got taken out with that incident with Street Gamer. So yeah, I think if they haven't wrapped it up already, they're going to this race, because there is only 2 rounds after. So I think that's Kota and Brazil.
Yes,
I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that. And yeah, so Red Bull's also doing pretty well, 6th and 7th. That's 8 and 6 points, so that's going to be another 14 points in their bank. At the moment, Haas are going to have an extra 17 points, 15 and 2, with Rayard Wiz down in P9. He's had a bit of a lonely race. We haven't looked at him that much, but that's mostly because he hasn't really been around anybody to battle with. So yeah, he's going to be adding to their tally. Kimsey around 4/10 lap slower than Smasher Sam, but Smasher Sam's around 1.3 quicker than Callum G. I'd want to be in Smasher Sam's car right now if I was to pick.
Yeah, to be honest, I won't be surprised if he's definitely the favourite to clinch this championship, either in USA or in Brazil. It most likely will go down to the final race like it did last season. Actually, no, did it go to the final race? I can't remember. I know one of the tiers I commentated on went to the last. No, it didn't.
No, I think
it was in Brazil.
Steerage, because Steerage started from the back for the last race, didn't he? Because he wanted to.
Oh yeah, he did, didn't he? So yeah, so it could go down to the final race, which will be insane. I don't think any of the Xbox tiers have been decided yet in terms of titles. So I know a few PS4 tiers have already been decided. I think the top 2 PS4 tiers have been decided, no other. But I think because all the tiers in Xbox are so close, that's why we haven't had a chance. But we could see Sam take it in USA. You never know. I don't know what Sam's pace like in USA. We could ask him in the interviews. But could be driver of the day going to Sam. It was Hamilton, but I think Hamilton's driver of the day title could be slipped away as Sam gets mega pace. And whoa, 1.9 seconds now. He is on a charge right now, and we can see him in the same camera shot. So yeah, could be incredibly tight towards the end, as we've got about 6 laps to
go. So yeah, I think Smash Sam is definitely going to be able to pass that McLaren, because he's 1.6 behind now. That tyre difference is really starting to give Smash Sam some great pace. I think he's about to set another fastest lap as well. Kimsey's now 3.6 behind, so yeah, around 4/10 a lap slower exactly. Steerage is around 2 seconds behind Hamilton, who was 3 seconds behind not too long ago, so I would have thought those two would swap positions as well. Jason and Editor 4 and a 2x2 as well. So no one's actually within a second of each other, so there's not much to commentate on. I think the next thing we're going to see is the change for the lead.
Yes, and that could be in the next lap, I believe, as Smasher Sam is in DRS range of Callum G. So once we get to 130R, this is where we can potentially go to see a move. So he is on it. Let me, whilst I follow this battle, it'll be good to get penalties. So I don't think Sam has got any warnings or penalties. I don't think. He definitely hasn't got any penalties. But if he's got a warning, he's probably only got one. Callum G, I think he might have got a few warnings here and there, but I don't know. But it is really hard to tell because we don't know what it's going to be like, but we'll find out as Callum.
So yeah, I've just checked. The top 2 are completely clean. Neither of them got any warnings whatsoever. Kimsey's got 8 seconds worth of penalties, so I think it is just between these two for 1 and 2 on the podium. Would have thought. Let me check. I'll look at him as well with the North Korean flag. He hasn't got any warnings either, so reasonably clean race in terms of qualifying.
So Hamilton could still get his podium, which will be good for him. Look at this. Smasher Sam is in DRS territory as he's going to get the outside line. Cassio maybe not. going really tight entry there. You got to get it right here. Could be a nice opportunity going into the start finish straight then. Yeah, he's got DRS. He's going to get the outside. Yeah, that's an easy
Callum
move.
G didn't really have any chance.
I think what he wanted to do, he knew he had fresher tyres, and he was like, there's no way I'm going to get past him, so he just let him pass, almost certainly, or he just had no pace or no grip. So that was very good from Smasher Sam there. I'm very impressed with his driving today, and Callum G as well. But even if Kimsey gets past Callum G will be ahead of him anyway, so unless Kimsey could pull away, which I don't think he will. So yeah, I think it looks like, unless any of the top two have any penalties, it looks like the top two will stay as they are, which would be absolutely sensational.
Yeah, I would have thought Hamilton and Steerage will swap positions. Mostly, I don't think it will be for any track advantages, just to give Steerage a slight bit more chance of staying in touch with Smasher Sam for the remaining 2 races of the season. I don't think he's going to have much chance catching him up. I think he's still around 20 points behind. So Sam's going to probably have to have a bit of a massive twitch there from Steerage. He's going to fall round behind back a second of Hamilton. He's not going to be in DRS now either. That's really counterproductive from the Merc, but yeah. He's also, I don't think Jason's normally not pretty bad for penalties, but he's been pretty clean this race. He's only got the 1 penalty, and Steerage has got a stop-go from when he cut the chicane, albeit very minorly, but he's still going to stop-go for some reason.
Yeah, so it will be added to the end of this race. I think on your first pit stop, it doesn't get added in, I think, which is a bit annoying, but that is probably why. So, seven attempts to Smasher Sam now, so, and he is already dropping a little bit. Kimsey is not gaining what he would like to Callum G, I think, so I don't think he's going to get the move done just yet. And when we got USA and Brazil, the USA is a penalty track because we get a lot of penalties in USA. I've never seen a USA race where someone has gone penalty free pretty much. Speaking of penalties, Epic gets another one. So, I wonder, because Steerage's best chance to close up for Sam was this race, but I don't think he's going to do it, because I believe the last USA race around here, Hamilton won. Steerage, I think, was second. So, yeah, it is going to be tight. So, we've got 5 more laps to go. Or 4 more laps to go. I still see a bit of debris from that earlier incident. GG, Cody, man. But
I think that's just because it's offline, it's off the track. So here comes Steerage. He's going to be past Hamilton pretty easily.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how Hamilton lost the position to Sam as well. So and FLA Kimsey's lost 3 places pretty much all identically. So yeah, Hamilton had a great start and he's fallen away at the end, but I think that's just because of the compounded tyre. He's on P1, P3 and P4 all on softer tyres than him, and all performing overtakes on him earlier on as well. Kimsey's not really catching Callum G, but Callum G, surprisingly, is keeping up with Smasher Sam at the moment.
Yeah, he is. He's not dropping as what I would thought he would. So maybe he's trying to save a little bit, then push, then save, then push. He could be on which fuel mixture, you never know. But I don't think he is, because otherwise there will be yellow light flashing on him. So it looks like he's trying to conserve just a little bit, but then make sure he's still in touch and range of Smasher Sam. So it's not the end yet for Smasher Sam. The win is not plain sailing for him. He's got to work for it, because Callum G, he's going to equal his best.
Much later on the brakes.
Was he? Oh yeah, he was. So
Callum G was much later on the brakes than Smasher Sam. He's not going to have a move, but he's going to get a lot closer than Sam would like. Because I think he started to overheat his tyres quite a bit, Sam, unintentionally. But
oh, look at this! He's closing up and everything. So he is really in for guys. He might be losing a bit too much grip, I think, going through the yeses. I think the yeses are starting to get, I think, a little bit more difficult for Callum G. So he's got some making up to do, and he's losing a bit of time again, and he's gaining, and he's losing, and he's gaining. So I think my heart is racing through the roof here just to be sure who's going to come out on top. I don't know. Whoever comes out on top between these two drivers, it will definitely be well deserved because both of them have driven absolutely amazing races so far. In particularly, I think Callum G as well. He started on pole. People would have expected for him to drop down through the fields, but he hasn't. He's kept winning touching distances, and the reason why Smash Sam overtook him was because of the compound and tyres, so that was the only reason. But if they were on similar tyres, probably Callum G would have stayed ahead, but he's not giving up on the race victory. It's still there, and he's going to get more.
If he wants to win. If he wants to win without Sam making a mistake, he needs to do it now. And I think he's too far back. So I think Sam, if he gets into turn one, which I think he's going to do, without Callum putting an overtake on him, I think he's going to make it home dry, as long as he keeps his head nice and even through the rest of the last lap. And he does stay ahead by quite a convincing amount.
Yes, so we've got an update on retirements. We've got about 7 retirements. We'll probably get a last one.
Oh, Joker.
Oh, Joker. I jinxed it. So, Bibbin's got past him. Bibbin's going to get points. He's gained pretty much 7 positions as well. Joker would have gained 2 anyway, but he would have been disappointed to drop as much as he did. I think that was through towards the start of Spoon by the looks of things. And
yeah, he's done a Vettel, I think.
He has done a Vettel, which is a bit of a shame, to be honest. Has a bit of lock up again. The mediums are struggling, I think, for Bibbin, which is a bit unfortunate. I'm quite surprised Joker didn't go for the super softs. Wait, no, I'm surprised Joker didn't go for the super soft strategy. 25 laps on the 7 mediums. That is very good, but you can tell that they are starting to die. So. And he hasn't got a puncher, which is hard to believe. So, is he struggling a little bit there? It'll be miraculous if he can make it to the end like that. He is going to try to anyway.
Oh,
Callum G! Oh no! Joker spun into Dunlop. I think he has got a puncher.
That cost Callum G because that's going to put him down into P3.
Joker's got a puncher.
Oh, no.
Left.
Oh, I know how that feels. That happened to me once at Austria. I had a puncture on the very last lap, and it was at turn 10. So I had to do a whole lap on a blown tyre, which was great. I went from P3 to I think around P11. So yeah. Steerage gets a podium, surprisingly. He didn't... Wow, I wasn't expecting that to occur. So Steerage getting a much better result than I think he would have thought he did. Kimsey doesn't get his podium, which is a bit of a shame for him. Callum G stays in P2.
Still, P4 is pretty good for Kimsey. And sorry we missed the coming across the line now. Just following Joker just to make sure he doesn't get a puncher. But I think, because I don't think the mediums. I think the mediums last 24 laps. I think on the game, because that's what it said when I was doing my stint earlier on in the week. So yeah, it is a shame he didn't make it. He is trying his best though to try. Oh, it is painful. I think I've seen a race around USA just before this, and it was the same. It was pretty much the same replica to what he's trying to do. I think the back end he's trying his best. I think he's going to try and go for the Casio triangle, and I think it's going to 130 yards very difficult for him. But Smash Sam takes the win then by, I think Callum G did get a stop go, and what a result for him. And I think am I right in saying that he could win it in USA, the title? Sam could?
Yeah, well, there's a possibility. I mean, if Steerage DNFs and Sam wins, then definitely, because he'll be way ahead. He'll be 25 points ahead, and he's not going to make that up in the last race. So Sam definitely has the opportunity to win it in the USA.
Yes, which will be good for him, as Joker makes it across the line in P11. And, yeah, if he... I was a bit surprised he didn't go on the super soft towards the end to get the fastest lap, because he still would have been P11 anyway. He would have had nothing to lose, nothing to gain, and Yeah, what a shame there. And Smasher Sam lifts up his podium trophy. He'll be delighted with that result. He's gained quite a few positions as well. And Steerage, what a recovery drive to get P3 there. He's still going to be on the podium, but I don't think he's going to be too happy with his result. Because he's had a few incidents with Street Gamer, but he's got podium anyway, so it is no one's winning the streak of a Mercedes podium on the podium anyway, so that is good. So here are your results then, Sam. And did steerage service not go?
Well, I'm not too sure because
it said he
got it as he came into the pits, and you can't serve it then. So I'm not too sure if the game's glitched and just taken it away from him.
Wait, he did serve his penalty in the pits, otherwise he would have been ahead of Callum in the pits.
Oh yeah, of course he did, yeah.
Sorry, my bad. Anyway, Smasher Sam takes the win with Callum G in P2, Steerage in third, Kimsey fourth. It could have been a podium, but if he didn't get those penalties, he could have got it. Hamilton fifth. 18th on the grid, and he still got 5th, so it's not that too shabby. Jason 6th, great result for him. Edited 4 and 7th, Freyhard 8th, Epic's 9th, Bib in 10th, Joker in 11th. What a trooper. To still be in the last of the finishers and still carry on like that, it's pretty amazing. And then the rest of the finishers did not finish there after that carnage of an incident into the start-finish straight, which was, yeah, what a crazy race. And can you add the top 3 into the party? That would be lovely, as we can speak to...
Yeah.
As I think we can speak to... Driver of the day is going to be tight, I think. Callum doing well to hold on to pole, could be him. Sam, I don't know. I would have to give it to Callum, I think, because he was trying to keep it on. Hamilton was doing it there as well, so probably joint between Hamilton and Sam, I think. So very close to who was my driver of the day that race. As we're getting a few people join the party now. As I won't be able to see who was joined. So once everyone has joined, I will do a bit of so
everyone's joined now.
Oh, everyone has joined now. That is great to see. So I think we'll start with our race winner for second race in a row, Smasher Sam. Very good result there. You didn't start on pole, but you're able to claw back. Were you expecting that win today, or were you just fighting for a podium? Tell us, how do you feel about that race?
I'm actually very disappointed because I feel like I was not driving well. Felt like I drove probably my worst race in this league. Few little incidents where through turn 1 I just got squeezed onto the curb and I had nowhere to go, but overall just not a very good race from me. Could have done a lot better, but still got the win. And it's not about performances at this stage in the season, it's just about results, and I should get a good result today.
So tell us what happened with your with it to be so that you weren't so happy with the results. How did you cope towards the opening bit of the race there? Was it very difficult for you? It must have been.
Yeah, well, I tried to keep a cool head because I saw steerage spun, and then I didn't want to get too excited because I knew I had to pass them guys after. And then with edited phone, I had a little bit of an incident. I don't know what happened on his screen, but on my screen, I got caught up on the curb. I had a half spin, and I think I must have pushed him off the track on his screen, but on my screen there were no contact, so I'll see what happens there. But we're in a one with Kimsey where I didn't really have anywhere to go, and he just went onto the curb. But yeah, not really. Second stint I thought I drove decently well, made 2 nice passes down the straight, but yeah, I'll take the win and move on to USA, I guess.
I have to agree with you. I think your second stint was far better than your first stint, because the moves you made were pretty amazing. Going into your final 2 tracks, you could potentially win the title in USA, but what were you thinking? Are you thinking are you wanting to win it in USA, or are you just concentrating on consistency to possibly take it to the last round? What was your hopes for the last 2 races of the season?
Well, I'll just go into it race by race. I'm not focused on the championship. I don't really care what steerage does. I know I just want to drive the best I can, and if I win the championship, I win the championship. If I lose it, I lose it. Better man will win, and looking forward to see how it ends out.
Nice, well done on the win there, Sam. And we've got our P2 man, Callum G, the second podium of the season. A very good pole lap. He timed it well towards the end to get it in just before the rain came in. And then a good result today. He could have had the win, but due to the tyres, due to the tyre strategy. Mixed feelings for you, or are you pretty happy to get that P2 after a very good pole lap?
No, I'm predominantly happy. I think if you told me I'd have got second after that pull up, I'd have been pretty chuffed, I think. Just come to the end there, I think Sam just had a bit too much pace in those softs. I just let him through, managed to kind of keep with him a little bit. So then I was clear of getting that second place. So yeah, overall I'm pretty happy.
Yes, tell me how your qualifying lap went towards the end. When you found out it was going to rain towards the end, what were your plans going into it?
Well, I was out in the super soft just to make sure my DRS was working. In the first stint, my DRS wasn't working. So then I kind of, when I was out, I get told there was like rain in 5 minutes. So I just kind of dove into the pits as quick as I can, just kind of get out, get a lap, because I was pretty confident a few drivers would get caught out. I didn't expect to pull at all, but I think a little bit of luck as well in the end. But I'm not complaining.
And you had a very dream start off the line as well with your teammate in P2 as well. Were you finding it difficult in your first stint to keep those soft tyres? Because it looks like you weren't struggling at all. How did you find your first stint compared to your second stint?
I'm not too sure. I think the first stint I was just focused on getting the head down, and then second stint was a bit more like focus on gap. But the first stint, I think the softs were a lot better. Mediums took a few laps to rubber in, but I think overall both the tyres did pretty well, and I think I don't regret any strategy decisions.
Yes, and another podium to add to the list, and a good points haul for McLaren, even though your teammate has retired. Going into USA, you're going to get high momentum after that race, I'm sure. Is that your best track, your worst track, or is it a medium track for you? What is your approach going into it?
It's probably one of my worst tracks, USA, so probably a little bit of practice will be needed for that race, but you never know. I think, again, top 5 would be nice. I want to try and get fourth in the championship. With a little bit of luck, I think I can get it. Yeah,
the fight is still going on there. And finally, we go to steerage. Had some instances at the beginning, but you managed to claw it back right at the end there with a very good result, comeback drive towards the end. How do you feel after that race? Because it must have been pretty tough. I did see you in there, and it looked like you were finding it difficult.
Yeah, firstly, congrats to Sam, and also to Callum on the podiums. Good job by those guys. I think they seem to be on the podium all the time at the minute, so that's it's good. Especially Callum, it was a good lap in quali as well from him. So, congrats. Yeah, I guess it was just one of those days really. I was a bit angry racing, which can happen when you're involved in about 3 or 4 incidents. I don't really know what else I could have done really. Turn 1, I went for a move around the outside of Street Gamer, and yeah, I just had a bit of contact there. I kind of held my line. I'm not going to discuss whose fault it was, because that's not down to me. That's down to the stewards. But yeah, it's just unfortunate that happened really, because I was just going for P2, and obviously it could have been a lot different. But down to 9th, and then another incident with edited 4, and obviously that wasn't his fault. It was just it looked like a bit of lag maybe, and I kind of just had nowhere to go apart from the grass, so I lost more time. And then Jason was obviously in there battling with me, and then my teammate, so it's just chaos really. There was a lot of incidents, which I won't talk about because it's obviously not right. We'll just let the stewards decide, but it's just one of those races where I was fortunate not to crash out really, because there was a massive crash in front of me. I don't know what lap it was, but there was 3 cars, and me and Jason were very lucky not to get caught up in that. Because that easily could have been 5 cars, but it happens sometimes, and sometimes you can't help it. Obviously, it's not looking too good for the title right now, but maybe it's just not meant to be. So I know my pace is there, but it's just unfortunately the way it goes sometimes with the other cars. You can't help it. So we'll just move on to USA and see what happens.
What was your focus then going into your second stint, knowing that the potential win wasn't in your grasp? What were you trying to help your teammate, or were you focusing on your own results? Were you trying to save your tyres a little bit more, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I hadn't done any practice from mediums to soft because the plan was never for any of us to, I think, to start on mediums. I think the rain just caught everyone out. When I spoke to my engineer, obviously at the start of the session, he said no rain, and then all of a sudden he's like, yeah, it's going to rain, and I'm on my lap on mediums, so it was no good. The lap on mediums was good, actually, to be fair. I managed to get up to fourth, so it wasn't that bad. It's just, yeah, after the incident, you try and, I don't know, I wasn't really focused tonight, to be honest. I think my emotions maybe got the better of me with, it just seems like I just want to, I want to race Sam in a battle, but it's just not happening at the minute. Just keep getting caught up in things that I can't control. So it happens, but, it's my own fault. I should have been more focused, but yeah, I mean, it's probably, one of those things as a driver, you just want to win, and if you can't win, you're not happy. So, and with regards to my teammate, we never had team orders this race. I told him to race me, so I was trying to enjoy a bit of clean racing because I know he is clean with me. So,
That's good.
yeah, he was about the only guy that maybe I could do that with. But yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't very sure if you were
Cracking
doing team
play.
orders or not, but it looked like you were for a minute. Then I realised, actually, no, you weren't. So, good job you were racing.
No, I wanted a battle.
Yeah. And that's the whole point of racing. You want to have battles. So, anyway, going into USA then, it's going to be a very tough couple of races for you, trying to possibly close the gap to Smasher Sam to possibly keep your championship fight alive. What are you hoping for at this stage? What are your chances, do you think?
Obviously it's slim now because I believe it's 20. What is it? I don't even know how many points. 32, something stupid. So it's. I mean, to be honest, the Spain race has caused the issue for me. I mean, obviously it could have been so different. I'm not going to complain about it now because it's happened, it's done. But yeah, I just got to try and focus on myself, try and get a couple of wins, and we'll see. But I think it's pretty much done, I'm afraid.
Yes, and hopefully, do you think you could bounce back next season, maybe, and possibly, if you don't win the championship, could you possibly be more hungry for the next one?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't know how the game handles or anything. I didn't have the beta, so as I say, I'm kind of in the dark. Obviously, last season was a great season for me, and obviously with the battle with Hamilton was insane. We were saying in the race we'd probably never get a season like that again, but um, yeah, it's just unfortunate. But yeah, say if 2019 does suit me, which I'm hoping it will, then yeah, of course I'm going to do what I can, but we'll just have to wait and see. I'm at the minute, I just want to take a break from F1 after that, but we'll see.
Thank you, Steerage, and thank you to all our podium sitters there. Jack, any final words before we wrap up the stream?
No, it's just that was probably apart from Spain, but we'll ignore Spain because everyone was glitching. That in terms of actual racing, that's probably the most mental one we've seen all season. So it's just congrats to everyone on the podium for coming out on the other side and just being cracking plurs.
And avoiding avoiding some of the incidents some people had as well. But pretty much, I don't think many people have come to this came to this at the end of the race with instant free. So to have combat drives like that from the top three is pretty impressive. So that's it for ILR3 this week. We will be back same time next week for the United States Grand Prix. Should be a cracker one once again. The championship is getting ever nearer. Sam could get it next week. But it's still surges to try and close up to him. It's not mathematically over yet, so it is doable for the both of them. So good luck to both of them in the championship fight. And we still got other ILR races coming up this week on Sunday, so if you want to watch those, feel free. But have a good evening, everybody. I've been Jess Games 95, Jack's been JSL Snake, and we will see you same time next week at 7:30 for the United States Grand Prix. Have a good evening and good night.